Miss Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Doggies, Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, when Lum returned from the county seat the other day, he was welcomed with a warrant for his arrest on a charge of embezzling public funds. And since then, he's been residing in jail under the watchful eye of Deputy Town Marshal Abner Peabody. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner and his father bringing some clean clothes to Lum at the jailhouse. Listen.
Well, here now, Papa, hand me that other bundle of clean clothes there. I can tote him into the jail all right by myself.
Sure this is all the stuff Lum wanted, though?
I believe so. And you better run on back home now. Elizabeth will be waiting breakfast for you.
Yeah, all right. Thought I'd like to go in and say hello to Lum first, though.
Yeah, well, I don't believe you better just now, Papa.
Well,
I don't reckon Lum's too anxious to have visitors. More than likely, he hates for folks to see him in jail, you know. Just wait till he gets a little more used to it.
Well, he's had a couple of days to get used to it.
Yeah, but something like this takes time. Special for a feller like Lum. You know how proud he's always been.
Yeah, I reckon this is quite a come-down for him.
Yeah, poor old Lum. Yeah. I just feel so sorrowful for the old feller sitting in there in that cold cell just crying his heart out.
Oh, it's a shame. A half-witted shame.
Yeah, bless his heart. Bless his little heart.
I believe I'd better go in and cheer him up.
No, now you better go on home now, Papa. I'll take care of Lum. You run along
Yeah,
now.
but he might be in there suiciding himself. You'll need some help now.
Well, I'll call you if I do. Recollect now, don't stop in at the barber shop neither and start arguing with Mose Moots about Roosevelt and Dewey. You two fellers can't settle a whole election no way.
Yeah, maybe not, but I gotta straighten out that mule-headed Mose on a couple of pints. Do you know what that varmint said about...
I don't care what he said about nobody, Papa. Now, you better get on home. You know how fussy Elizabeth is. She'll get your breakfast all ready and you ain't there to eat it.
Yeah, that's right. All right, you gotta cater to their little whims, I reckon.
Well, you seen what a fuss she made when she got the victuals on the table just now.
Yeah.
Then I decided we better get these clean clothes down here to Lum.
Yeah. Well, say hello to poor little Lum for me.
Yeah.
Tell him to keep her step up her plate and don't let him suicide himself.
I won't. I'll see you later, Papa. But I hope that poor old fella ain't suicide himself or nothing like that. Hey, Lum.
All around me,
Lum.
and my head on a pillar of stone.
Bless his heart.
Oh, they take me.
For the land's sakes, Lum, you must be feeling awful peart this morning, singing that away.
Hello, Abner.
Don't you know it's bad luck to be singing for breakfast?
Bad luck?
Yeah.
You're talking to me about something bringing me bad luck.
Well, that's the old saying. Sing before breakfast and it'll bring bad luck for supper.
I don't know what could happen to me that would be better luck than I've already had.
Well, Mr. Webster claims that when they get done with you at your trial that you'll get slapped right in the penitentiary for I don't know how long.
Yeah, that's what he thinks, but you wait and see. I'll define myself at the trial, and I bound you I'll get myself clear to the charge, too.
I hope so.
Even though the evidence is against me, anybody can see it. I was actually doing a good thing.
Yeah, but Mr. Webster thinks he's got you dead to rights, Lum.
Well, don't forget, I know a thing or two about the law myself. And there's something else I know, too. I know why Mr. Webster was so happy and jolly when I slapped that $500 fine on him a while back.
You do, huh?
Well, he never defended himself or nothing else. And the reason was that he was just sitting there watching me walk right into a trap.
A trap? Did you walk into a trap?
Well, I mean, get myself liable for this embezzlement charge he's got against me.
Oh.
I can see now what was going on in that varmint's mind.
Yeah, that snake in the weeds.
Only thing that puzzles me is how did Mr. Webster know that I was aiming on using that money from the fine to help buy that farm for Grandpap? Somebody must have told him.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I reckon who in the world it could have been.
Wait a minute. You never told him, did you?
Huh?
Him and you was knob-hobbing around together about that time.
Oh, I don't think it could have been me. Hardly, Lum. 'Cause I never knowed for sure myself that that's what she's going to do.
Wait a minute now. I want you to sit down here and let's discuss this further on. Exactly what did you say to him?
I ain't got time to discuss that right now, Lum. I just come over here to find out what you want for breakfast. Elizabeth is going to cook you up a meal, but she wanted to find out what you'd like to have to eat.
Well, I am a little hungry now that you mention it.
Yeah, well, I figured you would be. I got a pencil and paper here.
I oughtn't to eat much, though. Or to sort of starve myself so that I can get more suffering into my writing.
You're writing?
Yeah. Think I'm going to write a book, maybe.
Well.
Might write some others, too. I don't know. Maybe a couple of love novels and autobiographs and about some famous man or queen or something.
Well, I do know.
And that reminds me, I wished you'd bring me down a writing desk and another easy chair.
Well, I'll see Elizabeth and see if it's all right with her, Lum. She sort of raised a ruckus yesterday when I brung that overstuffed chair out of the parlor down here for you.
Well, she don't expect me to stay down here and suffer in old hard chairs, does she?
Well, I don't know. When I brung that feather bed and the rug down, why, she made some kind of remark about that we ought to move down here with you. Said if I kept packing stuff off down here, why, there wouldn't be nothing left around the house for us there.
Right there's the trouble with the outside world. They don't understand the hardships that I'm going through.
Hardship?
They don't stop to think that I'm a human, just like most other people are.
Well, Lum, I told you we could get a bond for you and get you bailed out of here.
And I said I never wanted to get out.
Yeah.
I want to stay right here and suffer. I want to be known as Lum Edwards the Mortar.
Mortar?
Yeah, I think that's it. Something like that.
Oh.
Another thing I want you to get me is a telephone in my cell, Abner.
Yeah, well, I spoke to them about that, Lum, and they said them things are awful hard to get nowadays, and they said they'd put you on a waiting list, though.
Well, maybe you can bring me down a radio.
Radio?
Yeah, I'd sort of like to keep up with the war news, have some contacts with the outside world.
Yeah, well, maybe you better just make out a list of all the things you want, Lum, and I can get it all done at once. I spent all yesterday running backwards and forwards twixt my house and down here, toting stuff for you.
Well, I don't want to make myself no bother to you.
Well, no, I don't mind to do it, but I was just thinking if you made out a list, why, it'd just save me a heap of running around, you know.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I believe it's a good idea.
Granny's, if I've got to be a martyr, I want to suffer in comfort.
Yeah, well, I don't blame you now. I tell you, Lum, I just get to feeling terrible thinking about you being in jail this way.
Well, don't feel that way.
Oh, it's awful.
Whilst I am suffering a lot, you've made things as comfort as could be.
Well, I've tried, Lum.
Tell Elizabeth that was the best supper she fixed last night for me I ever had.
Well, I'll tell her.
Oh, it was fine, just fine.
Oh,
Grand.
she does love to have somebody brag on her cooking.
Oh, that fried chicken was as grand as I ever drawed a chair to.
Well?
Only thing, tell her I'm sort of partial to the white meat, Abner.
You want most of it white meat, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see now. Maybe you better write that down. And write down what all you want to eat for today, Lum. Or I'll take it down. I've got a pencil and paper here.
Let's see now. For breakfast, about all I want is old 3-4 fried egg. Fried in butter if she's got plenty.
4 butter.
And a piece of ham or two.
Ham.
Got to go sort of light on this eating. Got to keep in mind that I'm starving myself so as I suffer more.
How about some corn cakes, Lum? She makes them good.
Yeah, a few of them would be good. And molasses.
Oh.
You might throw in a few hot biscuits and preserves or jelly or whatever she's got open. I don't want to make myself no bother.
You're still on breakfast, are you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Better have some hot coffee, too.
Yeah.
And cake, some kind, just a small piece. Now then, for dinner,
Cake.
I don't want much. That'll be a good meal to starve myself on.
Well, now, Lum, you don't want to overdo this starving now.
I got to do it, though, Abner. Got to suffer. What have you got in the smokehouse now?
Oh, let's see. Well, Elizabeth butchered a while back, so you can have just about anything you want, I reckon. Got some sausage and spare ribs and backbone.
Wait a minute. Spare ribs and backbone. If there's anything I love, that's it.
Well.
And if she's got any more of that sauerkraut left, she might put a sprinkling of that in there.
Oh, she's got plenty of sauerkraut. A whole barrel of it she's made up. But I believe I heard her tell Papa to go out and catch up a duck or a turkey for dinner.
Well, they're both good. If she's already started fixing it, might have her send along a plate of that with the dressing and all, too.
Yeah. Instead of the spare ribs and backbone, huh?
Well, no, I just thought if she'd already started, she might just send a little bit along, too.
Oh. Well, now, let's see, what kind of vegetables? How about some potatoes?
Yeah, baked sweet potatoes and black-eyed peas.
Yeah.
Fried grits sounds pretty good, too.
Grits, huh?
Yeah, maybe a little batch of turnip greens and fried okra and cornbread and buttermilk. Yeah, that ought to hold me over till supper.
Buttermilk, yeah. Or two, as long as you're starving yourself anyway.
Yeah, now for supper, that ought to be my big meal.
Well, natural. Let me turn the paper over here. I've done fill this out.
Tell you what, for supper, just tell Elizabeth to shoot the works.
Shoot the works, huh?
Yeah. Only one thing I would like to request, if it ain't too much bother.
Oh, no, it's no bother at all.
And that's a good big piece of apple pie.
Well, all right, apple pie.
Yeah, with a big hunk of cheese throwed on the side there.
Uh-huh.
And about 2 dippers of ice cream on top of it.
Ice cream?
Yeah.
I better call up Ed Beckley down to the drugstore first, and he's been sort of low on ice cream lately.
Yeah, better do that.
Yeah.
Find out right away. Or wait a minute, though. I believe I've changed my mind. Just leave off the ice cream.
Huh?
If I'm going to suffer, Grannies, I'm going to do a good job of it.
Oh.
And besides, whoever here to cheese and ice cream both on apple pie?